Boston Celtics, congratulations. You guys are NBA champions.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Is that crazy? Is that crazy to say? In the Boston Celtics, they are now up 2-0 on the Dallas Mavericks. Luka has a 30-point triple-double. It does not matter. JT has a stinker, even though he had a whole bunch of assists. Let me get these numbers up. Jason Tatum he actually ended with 18 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double.
That's good for the third option.
Yeah.
That's real solid for the third option.
The third option. Jrue Holiday with a 26-point game. Derek White with an 18-point game. Jalen Brown with a 21-point game. Everybody was producing on the Boston Celtics. I said this before. I said they got options. They got dudes they can go to. JT or JB have a stinker. Derek White, step right up. Jrue Holiday, step right up. There's nobody on the Mavs that can pick up a load the way that the options down at Boston can. There's just nobody that can carry in any way, shape, or form. Well, talk about what you saw out there from your Dallas Mavericks in the Boston Celtics.
I mean, you're right. There's no easy way to say it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I mean, they clearly have the better role players. The role guys are showing up. Dallas isn't playing bad. I feel like they have the formula.
Good either.
They have the formula, though. They have the formula. I feel like going back to Dallas, though, it's going to be a different scenario. I feel like they're going to get at least – they need both games, but they're at least going to get one. They're not going to get swept. But I feel like 2-0, we can't say this series is over at all because Luka's still getting his 30. He had a 30-point triple-double tonight. So, I mean, there's no answer for him at all. If Kyrie gives us anything, if Kyrie can step up and give us anything, if these role guys can step up and contribute a little bit and actually be effective and give us a little bit of the production they were giving us in rounds in the semis and the conference finals, then come on. It's a much better series. It's just the fact that they haven't done that in games 1 and 2 is tough. It's not over at all, though. I feel like there's a lot of basketball left to be played.
Let's talk about Jaden Hardy minutes, because throughout the season, I would have liked to think of him as a white flag in human form. Like when you put him in, the game is pretty much over one way or another. But he's getting early looks in this series. Even dating back to last series, he was getting looks. That just tells me the Dallas Mavericks have no other option. They're banking on him to give you something. He doesn't play throughout the entire season pretty much, and you want him to, win you an NBA Finals game. It's not going to happen. I talked about it already. PJ Washington, he needs to be able to open those open threes in order to give this team a chance to win. And he's breaking everything pretty much. Derrick Jones Jr., he's nice. He's a nice baseline cutter. He's almost like a power forward in a wing body. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't do nothing without Lucas spoon feeding him everything that he gets. The bigs are no show. Derek Lively, the rookie, growing pains. It sucks to see in the NBA Finals because it's the wrong time to get those type of pains. Gafford, again, you got to get spoon-fed by Luka to do anything. You can tell that they're one player away from competing in this series, and they're not going to magically get that one player in the series. So it's looking like Celtics in 5, because I think that the Celtics can be better. They can play better than what they're playing right now. This is not the best that they're playing right now. They're not giving them their best.
So who's the Finals MVP if the Celtics do win? Derek White?
Jalen Brown.
Jrue Holiday? Because it's for sure not Tatum.
No, absolutely not. And I did say that he was going to win it. He has proven me wrong. That is one thing I've been wrong about so far in this series. He's been playing like utterly buns. Come on, man. I mean, he's playing like Texas Roadhouse buns. It's bad. It's bad. No, it's over. Jalen Brown, this is his team. And he's also proven that he is a better player than Kyrie Irving. I don't have to defend myself on that anymore.
That was a very good take. That's a good take looking back. That's a good take.
Especially at this point of his career, that's just what it is. It's never been this noticeable until now that he's setting the tone for this team. I feel like this is the most noticeable it's been because, other series, other years, it's been who's been better. But I think that he is separating himself from Jason Tatum.
100%.
Just thinking about what Dallas can do, I don't know if there's much they can do other than just hitting these open looks, hitting these shots, because they are now missing shots that they were making. And PJ Washington was giving you stuff. He's no longer giving you anything. Gafford is limited to who he's playing with. That's why he wasn't doing much in Washington. Now we see him with a real point guard. He's doing stuff, but he's been a no-show. I think that the Celtics sides have been doing a good job taking those guys away. Al Horford, even though he's not necessarily giving you anything offensively in terms of scoring, he's running the offense fluid, and he's been that defender. And those three dudes that blocked PJ Washington's shot at the end, that was a clean block. I just want to tell the public that was a clean block.
That's a foul.
Talk about it. Where was the foul? Did he give him a little touch in the back? Absolutely.
So it's an 8-point game.
Okay.
Luka gets the and one.
You're right.
Cut it to 5.
Right.
They get a stop. There's a fast break. PJ Washington gets shoved in his back, bro. He gets shoved in his back, flies under the rim, no call. They double block it, obviously, because he's getting pushed and he has to let the ball go early. So that's a foul. That makes it a single point. That makes it a single-digit game. That's one possession at that point.
You really think that would have changed things?
It altered the entire makeup of this game, bro. Because, I mean, think about it. You get ball stoppage there, maybe an and one. It's a 2-3-point game. Instead, it's a fast break the other way. No bucket, no foul, nothing. It was, bro, that changed the entire makeup of this game. It was a late game call that ruined it. I mean,
you think that was series altering?
Very,
right there?
100%. Because, I mean, they needed one of these games in Boston. Like, they needed one of these first two. And they had a very good chance to win this game. They were competing early. They were hanging around. Fell behind. They were down like 10, 12.
Right.
But got it back within 5 at that point in the game. So the fact that that happened and he gets shoved and there's a no call, it changed the entire series.
You know, X's and O's wise, what do you see from Dallas, and what do you think that they can switch up in order to, you know, give Boston everything that they have?
I think the best thing that they should try and do is get Kyrie Irving going early. I mean, we know Luka's going to hoop. We know Luka's going to do his thing regardless. Let's drop a lot of sets for Kyrie early. Let's get him in a good rhythm. Let's get him comfortable. And then at that point, Luka pick up the slack. Like, wherever we need you at that, fill in the gaps. But we need another guy scoring. We need somebody else creating offense, playmaking. And right now, the Mavs don't have that. It's just it's Luka by himself. Kyrie's struggling. His normal shots aren't falling. He's getting good looks, I feel like. He's getting normal Kyrie Irving style looks.
Right.
The shot's just not falling for him. So, I mean, let's drop some plays for him. Let's get him some layups. Let's get him some open shots. Let's try and get him in a rhythm because we need Kyrie Irving clicking if we want to have a chance to win the series. And that's why they're down 0-2 right now, because he hasn't been. So,
you really think they have a chance still?
I 100% think they do. I mean, they have the best player on the court. They have the championship experience. And Kyrie Irving, he's already been there. So, I mean, if anyone's going to – and he's been a part of the down 3-1 team.
But see,
so, if anyone is going to be like, bro, it's possible, it's Kyrie Irving. So, I mean, I'm not worried at all.
You're not worried at all?
Yes, I'm not worried at all. I feel like the Celtics still have to be there's a lot of pressure on them to put the icing on the cake.
Absolutely, but I think that this game loosened them up. Oh, that was crazy. But, you know, it got because the fact that they didn't play as well as, you know, they could have, specifically Jason Tatum, I think that's, if anything, that builds you more confidence. I feel like that's a confidence builder. We know we didn't play our best. We have a chance to play even better. Dallas has given us everything that they have. They're actually running pretty solid offense, you know, throughout the game. It's just they're not hitting their shots. There's a lot of pressure. I feel like they feel the pressure. There's a lot of dudes, and you talked about it already, experience. Celtics got Derek White, who's been a Spur. And he's, you know, I'm sure he's had talks with Pop. He's been in those, you know, conversations. We got Jrue Holiday. We already know where he's been at. He's been the third best player on a championship team already. Al Horford has been a longtime vet. He's been in the field for I don't know how long. And then even with Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, they've had this experience early. They've been in the Eastern Conference Finals like more than half their careers. They've been to the finals twice already. And now they're ready. They see that you can tell that they're ready. I mean, Jason Tatum, again, and my mom always told me, you're not hitting your shot, do other things to affect the game. And that's exactly what he did. His shot wasn't flowing. Give me 12 assists. Give me 9 rebounds. He affected the game in other ways, and that's why they were still able to be successful despite the fact that he didn't have a great game in his standards.
He's honestly not doing anything crazy playmaking. He's just making the right basketball play.
I mean, that's sometimes that's what it takes.
He wasn't doing it like these 11 assists, though, is very boosted in my opinion.
I mean, what? Because he has good teammates? No, we're not doing that. Now we can't discredit the man for having good teammates. We can't do that.
Those were like some of the, bro, these 11 assists, it was just like making the extra pass. It's hitting the wide open roller.
You don't give him the benefit of the doubt because he has teammates. He's not allowed to have teammates.
But I'm saying he's not what everyone's making him out to be. They're trying to give him. They were trying to give him the keys for a long time. I'm saying he's probably the 6th best player on the court right now. He might be, and that's honestly the truth. Like
he's better than Al Horford. He's better than Al Horford, bro. Let's relax.
Jalen Brown,
okay,
Luka,
okay.
Derek
you
White.
talking about? I thought you meant on the Celtics.
No.
You talking about on the court? I thought you meant on the Celtics.
No, on the court, he might be the 6th best player.
Okay, name him.
Luka,
Okay.
JB, Kyrie, Derek White, Jrue Holiday, Porzingis.
Derek White. I don't know.
Derek White brings more value to that team than Jason Tatum right now. 100%. 100%.
Right now, it's hard to argue. Like
yes,
at this moment today,
more value.
June 9th, it's hard. It's hard to argue.
He brings more value to this team.
And I tried to tell you before the series started, all those dudes outside of Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, a lot of those dudes can be the second option on the Dallas Mavericks. Derek White would be your second to third best player right now if he's in Dallas. Kristaps Porzingis,
he's not better than Kyrie.
Kristaps Porzingis could be your second to third best player in Dallas. Al Horford was a stretch. He'd be your third best player. But the fact that Al Horford would be your third best player is ridiculous. Al Horford's out of he's on his way out the league.
That's atrocious.
And he's no doubtedly the third best player on that Dallas team if he was on it. That's a problem. That is an issue. And that's why the Celtics, I'm changing my pick. They're winning in 5. They're winning in 5.
It's over easy.
Just like my eggs. Just like my eggs. It's over. I mean, there's nothing that I saw out there that's giving me confidence. The Celtics play terrible. They still win. They got dudes that can carry. That's the difference. If Kyrie's been playing terrible. Can we agree that he's not been playing good?
Yes.
Who do you expect to carry that? Luka can't double up like that. He's already carrying so much. He can't do even more than what he's doing now to pick up for what Kyrie's not doing. Who's the other player on that team that can pick up that load that Kyrie's, dropping?
It's supposed to be PJ. And it has been PJ throughout the playoffs.
It can't be. You see what type of player he is. He has to get spoon-fed. Just like that's the similarity he has with Daniel Gafford. These are dudes that got to be spoon-fed the ball. Derrick Jones Jr., spoon-fed the ball. Josh Green, spoon-fed the ball. That's why we are seeing, to your point, that's why we're seeing Jaden Hardy minutes. Because he's one of those dudes that will at least try to get his own basket. Maybe not successfully, but you see him trying, though. That's the difference. All these other dudes ain't even trying. They'll drive to the basket and get blocked. They're going to see Al Horford and Porzingis in the paint. They're meeting them at the rim.
They're meeting them at the rim.
And that's what I'm saying. Right. Like, it's ugly. It's looking real bad. Like, there's nothing that PJ Washington can do at this point other than hit these open threes that he's missing, because he's missing a lot.
It's got to make shots, bro. And that's what it comes down to. And I feel like PJ's already proved throughout this playoff run that he can be that third guy.
Yeah.
He's been that third guy in the playoffs. Like, there's no question who that, like you said, when they need that extra guy outside of the top two, it's been PJ Washington.
But see, that's a problem. Because he's really a fourth, the fifth best guy on a championship team. He's supposed to be your Al Horford. That's who he's supposed to be. Asking him to be your third option. Chris Middleton's a championship third option. Chris Bosh was a championship third option. You know what I'm saying? Even in Phoenix, he's not even as good as Bradley Beal. Like, that Bradley Beal's a third option. We're naming third options right now. These are championship third options. You got to be on that level to be a third option. Like, I feel like the third option role is underrated. You got to be on that level. He's not even on a Derek White. He's not even a Porzingis. He's not even Porzingis.
He's not.
And that's what it takes. These are guys, and all those people I named, those are dudes that can make their own shot. They can create their own shot. If you ask them to go get a basket for you without Luka, Kyrie feeding you, he's not that type of dude. He has to get spoon-fed those shots. I'm driving to the paint, Luka scene 2, you go kick out. He's that guy. He's not I'm gonna run a play for you. You can't. Unless it's maybe a lob play. But what is that? That's somebody feeding you.
No, you're right.
Man, that's just what it is.
That's what it is. They just got that. They need those guys to step up, and I feel like.
But in what way though? What way can they step up
to make the shots? I mean,
that's literally. But they need more than that though. That's the thing. There's more that needs to be done than just hitting shots.
They gotta hit the shots though. I mean, and that's the most important piece.
Definitely a good start. It's definitely a start. I don't know. But the fact that you said you're not worried at all.
It's not as bad as everyone seems. 2-0 is like, okay, come on.
But it's
could very
not
much
the
be 2-2.
number. It's the way. It's what we're watching. There's no way you watching this right now and
You
you're
didn't see that last game and have a little bit of confidence that Dallas was going to win?
last game.
No, this game that we just seen.
This game was their best shot. I think this is the worst that the Celtics are going to play throughout this series. I think game 2, this was their dud right here, and Dallas didn't take advantage. And I think, and like we said, Jrue Holiday comes through with 26. There's just too many bodies. They did what they were supposed to do. They shut down JT. That's what you're supposed to do. But you allowed him to do everything else. And we can't criticize him for having teammates who can pick up the slack, because that is credit to Brad Stevens, the best GM in the game, because I think he knew that JT and JB cannot just do it on their own with a bunch of role players, because they tried that. They've been the Dallas Mavericks before. That's the difference. They've been the Dallas Mavericks before, and it didn't work. So they say, you know what? We need some number 2, number 3 options on these teams, solidified ones that can get their own shot.
In the league.
Credit to Brad Stevens, GM of the year. That
He's
boy
the
was
real
pointing
Finals MVP at this point. I'm like,
Yeah, bro,
give him the trophy.
they got Jrue Holiday for Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon. Both of them they played less than 50 games this season. This guy, Robert Williams, played like 11 games. He blew out his knee. I watched him blow out his knee, actually. I was watching the game where he blew out his knee. Malcolm Brogdon, he has elbow tendonitis or whatever. We tried to trade. We didn't even try. We didn't want to trade him. And now look, he hurt for the rest of the season. Like, they gave away nothing to go get Jrue Holiday. We got Tumani Kamara for Damian Lillard. That's what we got. That's crazy.
You guys need Brad Stevens.
Bro, we needed at least Danny Ainge. Somebody. Who else is out there? I'm like,